So I'm here today with Everardo Chavez.
What's up, man?
One of my top agents that uses me quite a bit. We're looking around this property. We're working for one of his clients today that we canceled the property last week, right?
Yeah. Hoping this one's a lot better.
Yeah. What was the major reasons we canceled the last one?
Landlord special. Landlord special. Terrible. Yeah, terrible job.
Yeah, this one's a lot better. It's about the same year of the house though, right?
Yeah, similar. The one was 77, this one's 83.
So a couple years newer. Yeah. But this one's definitely been taken care of a lot better. You can see the siding on the outside of it looks really good. They've patched it up. It's got a nice fresh coat of paint on it. Popping this open. It's 200 amp service, so if they want to add anything in the future, they definitely can. There's still some availability at the bottom of the panel there.
It's huge, especially for the bedroom they want to add. The bedroom and the bathroom they want to add too. That's what we're looking at, the electrical panel, so we can squeeze some more.
That'd be great.
Circuits.
Are they looking at a pool again?
In the future, to be able to install a pool. Yeah, the husband was a little upset. He's like, I have to cancel all my swimming trunks, everything I had on my Amazon cart.
This property, there's tons of room in the backyard. You got tons of room in the electrical panel, so if you wanted to run some pool equipment back there, it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Should be able to do it.
Yeah.
Water pressure was good, about 70 PSI today.
Okay.
So we're solid on that. And I did the plumbing clean out. I went underground, out to the manhole cover, and then came back up through the ABS pipes, went under the house, all the way back to the kitchen. Everything looked good.
This one leads inside, another one leads out?
You are correct.
Okay.
You're 100% correct.
All right.
So we're seeing a little bit of efflorescence, or you know, that concrete doesn't look very smooth there by that water line. I'm thinking the old water line was leaking. So they probably replaced this water line at some point, or at least replaced that main valve so it's not leaking anymore, but that's not a major concern for me. It's just kind of like, hey, you know, it's probably been leaking water at some point. A little bit of crack up here on the light fixture. Had a drive-by. Oh, I didn't even see this before. It's a thermostat for outside temperature.
Original.
It is.
It's original owner too.
Yeah?
Yeah. So the gentleman bought it in '83, and he's lived there ever since. That's awesome. He just got moved over to a retirement home, and the biggest reason they accepted our offer is because it's a family that wanted to convert. We made a story out of it and telling him why we wanted to purchase this property, and he loved it. That's awesome. So we outbid it at multiple offers because of that reason. Heck yeah. Yeah.
Heck yeah. I love the one-time home buyer.
Oh yeah.
Or the first-time home buyers coming into a house that hasn't been like renovated.
Yeah.
By a flipper.
Yeah, because it's pride of ownership, and they take care of it. They actually take pride of their home.
You know, he updated the windows. He made a big difference in the thermal value of this home. You know, by doing dual pane vinyl windows on the front here on the south side, so we're protecting every bit of sun that we can. So the carport looks pretty clean. I want to see this thing finished though. They did a pretty good job putting the sheetrock up here, the panels. I just want to see this finished. Something where we don't see all these cracks and gaps and stuff.
Just taping it up, retexture?
Tape it up, texture it, you know, put an exterior grade texture on it.
Okay.
You know.
Alrighty.
Popping in here. Now I've talked to Everardo about this here quick when he got here today, but we're looking at termite damage. You know, this ladder, these chairs, everything was pushed in front of this when they were here previewing the property, so they weren't able to see a lot of it. But all of these little tubes, those are all previous termite tubes, and all of this is termite damage in between here and the exterior wall. So we're never going to be able to figure out exactly the extent of the damage until we open that wall up. But you can see all of the different bundles of tubes down there, all across that back wall. It was a pretty good infestation. All this dirt that's coming in and on the ground right now, the termites brought all that in. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's
all the way up to the ceiling. Now I did get up in the attic access hatches right on the other side of this wall. I got up here and looked over the best I could. I couldn't find any damage. Now there's insulation up there, so it's always going to be blocking my view a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it's up there, but the only thing I saw structurally wrong in the attic was a broken truss on the other side.
Did they patch it?
Not patched yet. It's cracked. Okay. It's not like completely shot, but it is cracked. It probably just needs to be sistered.
Okay. You
know, as a home inspector, I got to recommend a structural guy, but you know that can probably just be sistered to fix it. Yeah. Especially an old house like this, you got good wood. Yeah. There. It's not going anywhere.
The quality has gone to shit.
And cheapest.
And the cheapest, yeah.
We were talking about the water heater too. Reliance self-cleaning 909. She's got some age to it. From 2000.
Yeah.
2000 right up there, 429. So almost 24 years ago.
24 years ago.
Just about
and they
24
shined
years
it
ago.
awfully pretty.
Man, it looks good.
Brand new, yeah. I saw the hose bids and I assume it was new.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one upgrade I would say is put a pan under there, so if this thing does leak, we're not getting water into the walls or anything like that. The TPR valve does go outside. You've got a shut off up here that looks like it leaked at some point in time. That could have been 20 years ago. We'll never know.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing was leaking today. Doorbell transformer up there, that thing gets a little bit warm. And we're seeing a little bit of staining up in the corners of the ceiling, but I don't see anything on the roof that looks like it would be leaking today. This is likely an old stain.
Okay.
Nothing to be concerned about today, at least.
Good, good.
And then, yeah, where you back the car up and...
Someone with the tow hitch.
Somebody hit
Someone with the truck, right into the...
Maybe a big truck like that. I think we'd leave a bigger hole.
Yeah.
So this is the outside of the wall with the termite damage. You can kind of see what it's going to do. It's just kind of eating away at the inside of the wall material there. So a lot of this is just going to flake off and fall off because there's so much damage behind the wall.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're just not going to know it. I don't see any damage up top. Sometimes they can crawl in and get stuck up there, but they have to come down at the end of the day to drink water down in the ground. So I'm not too concerned that they're going to come back, but I would find out who did the treatment. You can see all this is disturbed, like they pulled it away.
Pulled it in with the spray.
Exactly.
Okay.
So just find out who did it and get that warranty information for your clients.
Absolutely.
So at least they have it.
All right.
This gate, it's been bowed out a little bit. These are just huge panels that have, you know, you paint stuff black, it's going to get hot. You know, when it gets hot, it warps.
Definitely looks like they brought it from somewhere else.
Well, you see this angle iron that they put down here on the bottom?
Yeah.
So there's 2 more pieces of that up in the attic, and they have it put right at the attic access hatch. There's a couple of them. They're solid. I mean, they look just almost like these posts.
Oh, that explains the mailbox. It's
yeah?
Yeah. So he was a welder. He was a cowboy and a welder.
So
Okay.
he knows. Oh yeah, he's got all these hooks up here.
Yeah, the hooks.
That makes sense.
Horseshoes.
For sure. Now you know this roof is shot. This flat roof is shot.
Oh yeah.
This whole thing, you're probably looking at new sheathing on this.
Okay.
And a new roof cover.
Just redoing it. Okay.
Good thing, if it does leak, it's not on the inside of the house, so if they don't want to fix it immediately, it's not like a dire thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is probably the worst area right here.
What is that?
Where the
Electrical?
sheathing comes down. Yeah, it's DirecTV. So the satellite is mounted just right above here. That's the screw for the satellite dish right there. So it's, you can tell the water's following that cable in, getting into the sheathing.
Yeah, through there.
The sheathing just gets soft and it just starts warping like that. If we take a step back here, Everardo.
You can see it hang. It's definitely hanging. Oh wow.
Yeah, the whole thing's. But hey, we got some turbine vents up on the roof, so they did update the ventilation. So we've got gable vents, 1 on each side. We've got turbine vents, 1 on each side, and that's our attic ventilation. Should be substantial for this place. Perfect. So this house wasn't built with turbine ventilators. It had inadequate ventilation when it was built.
Okay.
But looks good today.
Good sign.
Yep. Siding is good. Some of the caulking around the windows getting a little bit dry. It's just pulling up in a few areas.
Yeah.
You know, it's regular maintenance. It's Arizona. We get a couple years of caulking and then it's just shot.
Just have to keep on caulking.
Big fluffy cock. So these are your irrigation manifolds on the backside. We don't have really anything to irrigate.
Yeah.
Just some weeds back here and in the front at zero escape. So
I'm just probably assuming they're all out.
Yeah.
They're replaced. Right there. Whoa.
That would be your timer.
That's okay.
I skipped right over it. There you go.
Oh, old school. Yeah, at one point.
I wonder what that pipe is right there for. Your water heater's on the other side. Air conditioner
discharge.
Does discharge. That is probably what it is for then.
Oh, you know what? It's not even connected. It got knocked out.
Yeah, I got pictures of that up there being disconnected, but that pipe does come down on its own, not through a plumbing jack. So yeah, that might be a PVC line all the way through your house, which
we just run it straight down.
Yeah, just abandon it inside the wall because that PVC tends to break and crack, and you get water damage. Who knows? It might be leaking already.
Right.
And that's why they disconnected it.
Disconnected it, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can do some shock
Suspension.
work back here if you want. Jack your pickup up a little bit more if you want. But not too much more on the outside. This roof has got to go. The rest of the roof doesn't look terrible. The sliding screen door, missing a screen like normal. We're always missing them. These are single pane windows.
How about that sharpener right there?
I know, I love that.
Yeah.
I should have brought my pencils. What was I thinking? Bring them up for this. And then the John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer.
Yeah.
This place is pretty cool. It's pretty well maintained.
Yeah.
Light switches are all working. You've even got them old mercury thermostat. So this thermostat's actually got mercury inside of it.
How's that?
See that little ball in there, that little light bulb looking thing?
Yeah.
So there's mercury in there, and as it heats up, it warms up a spring in there and it'll move, and that little mercury ball goes to one way or not, and that's what turns the system on and off.
Wow. More accurate?
A lot of people that are old school like these better. But they're not digital, so they're, you know, you can't program it for certain times of the day and things like that. So it's more economical nowadays to get a digital one.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get an old school guy, they'll take that over the new ones any day.
Yeah.
They're very accurate and they work really well.
Yeah, most of those, I think when they got them replaced, it wasn't because they went out, it's because they wanted to update them to the new.
Yeah.
And that's thermostat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks, SRP.
Yeah.
Give me a rebate on that. Toilets were flushing good. Water was off in the other bathroom. So I just cranked the toilet on. Seems to be flushing fine. That's loose.
Wow.
Is the sink connected on this one? No.
No.
The sink and the vanity is loose on both of them.
Well, at least this sink isn't being holded by the P-trap. This one's just sitting on the cabinet
Yeah.
to be secured. Okay.
At least it doesn't have structural plumbing. Shower's working fine. Just missing a drain stop down there. But faucets are working a lot better than the other property too.
Good.
So they're not gonna have to swap any of them out.
Very good.
Fan up there just needs to be cleaned. Always gets dirty.
Comes on. Working good?
Have I ever recommended to clean a vent fan before?
Yeah, you have. Throw it in the dishwasher.
Probably every damn time. But we got some old popcorn ceilings. I'm not concerned about them having asbestos though, because of the year the house was built.
Okay.
They didn't have asbestos. They weren't putting it in popcorn ceilings that time. It's 78. So we're in the 80s. Should be fine.
Should be fine.
If they want to take it down, just scrape it down.
Scrape it down, retexture, and repaint.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. And like you were pointing out on the other bathroom, this one's
Same
the same thing.
Goodness.
Didn't finish
What
the
contract
job.
do they use here?
I don't know, man.
Probably one that went to go look for the screws and then come back.
The cabinet screws, yeah. The GFI is working, even though that thing is ancient. It's working for both bathrooms.
I'm telling you, the type of work they did back in the days.
It's good,
Yeah,
right?
it's good. It's very good. It worked, lasts.
You know, we got a linoleum flooring. It is sheet linoleum, vinyl, whatever you want to call it, but there's some gaps around there. We don't have a shower in this bathroom. It's your half bath. But we still worry about mopping the floor and the water getting around the edges into the trim or under the carpet and things like that.
Try to get that sealed up.
Yeah, the best you can.
All right, all right.
Closets, interior walls. Didn't see any signs of termites, but
Good, good. Outlets, grounded.
yes.
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 All right.
All the
Yeah, because they
outlets
all
are
have a
grounded.
three-prong.
They're all the 3-prong, and does have a grounding in the
Good,
electrical
good.
panel.
All right.
So we're awesome. on
Perfect.
that. Smoke detector, ancient. Anytime they turn this color, it means they're old. Now we don't even have a date on the back of it, but it's definitely past its time.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
So when these,
Getting those replaced. It's always that nice, especially when you move in. Try to get those replaced as soon as you move. Even if they're new, you never know.
yeah,
Like like we said, we go back to our previous one, landlord special. They went ahead and spray painted it white, and they assume it's new, but
you know, you get spray paint on the sensors in those things, and then they don't work right.
yeah, exactly.
And you're not only supposed to change batteries once a year, but you're supposed to clean it once a year. You're supposed to take a little like lens cloth that you clean your glasses with,
Really?
and there's a little glass sensor on there. You're supposed to wipe that off.
Wow.
That'll make your smoke detector work better.
Learned something new today. Dan, thank you.
Yeah.
See?
All the time, all the time. So just a little bit dirty. I'm seeing a little bit of change in the window here. I can't tell if it's the seal is lost and we got a little bit of fogging,
Okay.
or if it's just dirty. I think it's just dirty. Some of it wipes off. Yeah, a lot of it does wipe off if you just keep rubbing on it.
Okay. Well, you just need some deep cleaning.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Get some ammonia-based cleaner on that. Suck it all up. Now the closet doors are a little bit hard to push open and close depending on who's using it. It's really tough.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a huge closet.
It's a big closet, yeah. Very big. But it's clean. This place is clean.
See, it's original, but it's well kept.
Yeah, it's very well kept.
Nice little penny for that.
I think it's got some date, man. Well, let's just touch up a little bit more on the security system. It's not going to be connected to any of the doors or any of the windows anymore, so the clients aren't going to have to worry about it.
They're not going to worry about it going off when they're moving in?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And they got new windows put up, so the windows don't have any sensors on them. We don't have to worry about taking any of those off.
Perfect.
But if they want a new security system, depending on where you're located at, they might be able to use the old wires associated with that system.
Or Bluetooth nowadays, the ring,
Yes.
void the whole wiring situation.
Yeah, you could get away with all of that. This house would be a perfect setup for a Ring doorbell. Right out the front, you can put a video camera right off the side in the driveway, and then one in the backyard. You get great views. Just set up the right angles on the cameras, right?
Right, yeah.
You know? And we just got done with the walkthrough with the clients.
We did, yes.
So they were happy, right?
Loved it. Compared to the other house, they love this one. It has great bones overall. Some things we want to just discuss with the seller, maybe ask for some credits, but it's great overall.
Like the termites.
Like the termites, the air conditioner, the age. We assume those are a little newer. The covered roof.
Covered roof.
Covered roof just speed up.
That's
but overall, I mean, it's moving ready. So they're excited.
It is nice. The clients were talking about making this into a room, weren't they?
Yeah, converting this, running the door down the hallway here, putting the door in the hallway, splitting the closet. That's huge. Right down the middle, so that way they have a common size bedroom with the window, the door, and the nice 100 square feet.
And that adds a lot of value, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's within the same livable square footage as well. So in this area, houses with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths are up in the 4s. So for them to be getting this one in the mid 300s, adding a 3rd bedroom, which already has a bathroom and a half, it's going to be great.
That's just going to boost its value up. Because we got houses just right across the street that are going for like 50 to 100,000 more.
Absolutely.
Because they have more
down
bedrooms,
the street,
right?
yeah, 420.
Yeah.
$70,000 over.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's good to have somebody like you in their corner so you can instruct them to do things like that, because it's not just about buying a house and living in it. They're gonna have to resell it at some point, right?
Right, just keeping in consideration what's gonna appreciate and resell value, or even when they wanna go and convert it into rental property, that way they can know how what to apply to get the biggest bang for the buck.
Right.
So,
one thing I wanted to talk about on the back of this house, so the turbines, the whirlybirds we talked about up there, because you have to increase the ventilation on a house like this, because when they built it, it wasn't built with enough ventilation, it only had gable vents. So when you see those turbine vents, it usually indicates that they had to upgrade the ventilation in the attic because they usually have moisture issues. So it's a good thing to, you're driving down the street, you see whirlybirds, that house has got them, the next house has got them, that house has got them. It's kind of a generational thing. So it's always good to pay attention to that. If they don't have whirlybirds, they're probably going to need whirlybirds.
Then if they're not spinning, is that a good thing?
No, they got to be spinning, man. They got to be spinning. You got to grease them. You got to grease them every once in a while and keep them lubed up. Otherwise, they freeze up, seize up.
Yeah. Yes.
Hey, man. It's always good working with you.
Likewise, man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Man. We'll see you next time.
Yes. It's always nice to have a great inspector. Dad's the man. I said, tell all the clients that, you will crawl and climb everywhere. So that's why we appreciate you looking into the house for us and doing what you do best.